Let's move on to the Ryanair. And Undersow is currently the favourite for this race again. Winner at the festival in the past. Empire of Dirt for Gordon Elliott. Looks like he's going to run in this, though there is a slim possibility he might go for the Gold Cup. Alan runs Uxie Zondra. Sub-Lieutenant for Henry de Bromhead now. Jossis Hill for Nicky. Godzone, we look like going in the Queen Mother. Fox Norton could end up here. Vanitas in here as well for Nicky. And huge prices, the others. Let's talk about Uxie Zondra, Alan. He won the race a couple of years ago. He was AP McCoy's final Cheltenham winner. Has he got all the ability now that he had then?
Yeah, I think he has. I mean, we had to give him a long time off because unfortunately it damaged a tendon after Cheltenham when he won, and it was a long, slow process to get him back. But I was delighted with his run on trials day. Ground he would actually have hated, but I mean Barry gave him a beautiful ride. He didn't. He was very patient, and we made a bad mistake down the hill, and I thought that's really blowing it. But he just sat and filled him up, and then he really stayed on very well to finish second to Undersow. I think the good thing from that point of view was we knew we didn't have time to give him another run between then and Cheltenham, so he's had 7 weeks to get over it, and hopefully that will take the bounce factor out of the equation. We left him alone for a fortnight after that run, and we've just built him back. And he's worked the last 10 days. He's been very, very good. Again, Mark Walsh came over on Thursday morning and schooled him, and it seemed to go very well. The more the ground dries up as well will suit him. He's a much better horse on good ground. The only decision I've left to make is, do I put headgear on him or not? I mean, he won the Ryanair with visor for the first time. We didn't put anything on him at Cheltenham Trials Day, so I've just got to think about it. I would imagine he will probably wear cheek pieces on Thursday, but
just talk us through the thought process. What's the pro of putting him in cheek pieces, and what's the negative?
Well, he was very fresh first run, and I never like them when they're coming back first time out. I nearly always run them without any blinkers, even if they want them. So we left them off, and he was very fresh, and he travelled great that day. But deep down, he was a much better horse when we did 2 years ago when the cheek pieces and then the visor went on. So I think we'll probably take an intermediate view, and we'll go cheek pieces this time. And I've still got the visor up my sleeve for later in the year if we need them.
But this is the important one, isn't it?
Well, they're all important. I mean, there's a grade one at Aintree as well. So, I haven't discussed it with JP or Frank yet. We'll probably do that in the morning. But I think it'll be cheek pieces, but it's not set in stone.
Cheek pieces here, visor at Aintree, being blinkers by Punchestown, yeah?
Well, he certainly won't go to Punchestown. I mean, he must go left-handed. There would be no point running him. That's why we can't bring him around Sandown, Kempton, or places like that. He would disappear off the racecourse.
Let's hope he doesn't. Jamie, you've ridden against a number of these. You've got a long-standing rivalry with Undersow. 2 miles 5, isn't it, on good ground. Is that up Undersow Street or not, do you think?
Yeah, I think it would be. I wouldn't second-guess the boys with him, was it in France? Was it 2-5? And he didn't quite get home that day in very deep ground at Auteuil, but they went plenty hard enough in front. But he's a horse. I absolutely love him, and so he's so genuine and tough. Uxie Zondra, he's definitely got every chance, but I wouldn't back against Undersow. I think he's proper genuine, and he's been there, done it. He's such a hard little horse, and I'd say they've got him there primed in top condition.
Nicky, you run Jossis Hill in the race. Do you run Vanitas as well? Their careers have been sort of inextricably intertwined, if you like. You ran them in the same Supreme Novices. They finished 2nd and 3rd. They both run at festivals since and acquitted themselves well. Can either or both finally win a festival race, and could it be this one?
I think this is a very good Ryanair. I think King is absolutely right. We chased Uxie Zondra around 2 years ago, and we finished 2nd. They couldn't get near him. Did you have cheek pieces on that day? Visor?
What? First time.
Leave it off.
I might go blinkers this time.
I think Uxie Zondra...
Headgear gets declared tomorrow morning. I think that's sorted, isn't it?
Okay. I think Uxie Zondra is the horse we have to beat. Purely pre-guessing ground again. He's been an absolute star, but he loves soft ground. Personally, the sprinter got the best of him at Cheltenham and back here last year, but that was sprinter surface. And I think he's a much, much better horse with a cut in the ground. And if he doesn't get it, I think coming down the hill, he'll just, if U600's bowling along, because he won't be, because Vanito's going to be sat on his tail, I hate to tell you.
Is he quick enough?
He was the only horse, I'd just like to remind you, that was just on Duvin's tail at the second last in last year's Arkle.
What happened?
What else do you want to know?
Just checking.
We just made a little error and we parted company, but that didn't matter. He would have been second. He wants 2.5, he wants dropping in, he wants good ground. And funny enough, Jossie Hill...
Did you see he wants dropping in, Nicky?
Over 2.5, we're just going to do that, okay? Don't you worry, you're going to make the running. Jossie Hill, they're good. I just, at the prices, to be honest with you, Vanita on good ground over this, he's very sharp at the moment. He just had one run, it's the first time we've upped him to 2.5, and he was very good. He's going to be a price that is attractive to very few people. I like U600, to be honest with you. Vanita has a sort of each-way chance, yeah.
He's 33 to 1, Vanita. That's attractive enough to me, I've got to say.
I think that is attractive.
Yeah, OK, that is attractive, says the trainer. Tony, right, we now know how this race is going to be run. We've sorted it all out. We've sorted the headgear out. Nicky tells you which one he fancies. Pick your way through that little lot and come up with the answer.
I'll come to the headgear and Alan in a minute. I'll embarrass him. I'm not one to blow smoke up anybody's derriere, but we'll come on to that with U600 in a minute. God's Own would interest me running here. I'm led to believe there's half a chance if the ground rides good, they might come here, but I think the Champion Chase is the preferred target, even if they got Sir Valentino in there as well. I think the ground will dictate whether Underso goes off at 2 to 1 or 4 to 1. I think if there's a bit of cut in the ground, which looks unlikely, I think it could go off very short. Underso about a 2 to 1 chance. I think he's the most talented horse in the race. I think that Clarence House run last time was very, very impressive. But it's like I said, on good ground. I think there'll be the exchange layers on Matchbook and everywhere else will be looking to probably take this horse on. So I think if you're going to play in the race, I'd wait till the time if you back an Underso and know what ground you're getting. Coming back to the headgear point with Alan, if any of you watch me waffle on a Friday night on our UK, I always make a point of looking out for Alan when he puts the headgear on. Now, you've got a 20% strike rate in the last 10 years when you stick on first-time blinkers and first-time visors. I think Willoughby Hedge here last month was another example of putting the visor on. Why have you got such an outstanding record? And 1 in 5 is going some. You would get a good return of investment from a punting point of view as well. Do you really try them out at home more than other trainers, or have you just got a knack for it?
Well, we certainly try it out at home because it doesn't work on every horse, but it's only it doesn't work all the time. But the odd horse that's just maybe a little bit lazy or quirky, it can work. I only find that it probably doesn't work more than it doesn't always work a second time, as we saw with Willoughby Hedge today.
Yeah.
I don't think Cooks is on as that sort of case. It's just against him to sharpen a little bit. But I don't know.
OK, so just crystallising our thoughts then on this Ryanair Chase. We've got a vote for Underso, couple for U600, God's Own if he runs.